All right. Welcome to another episode of 2 Minute Drill Podcast. It's when my team isn't even here. Uh Let me know what this meant. What you got going on, bro? Anyway, I'm Cam. That's Jaden. That's other Jaden, but we call him my team. And today we got a whole slate of NFL games. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to start with the game that just ended, the Bengals versus the Giants.
Oh yeah, we can. I mean, Bengals didn't play good at all. Like the Bengals didn't
at all.
Good. I thought, I saw that touchdown by Joe Burrow. I'm thinking, oh yeah, they're gonna blow him out. I checked back at the fourth quarter, it's still 7-0. I'm like, what's going on? Turnovers, you know what I'm saying? Missed opportunities, and the Giants, they didn't play good either. I mean, they can't. And they're saying they're missing their star Malik Neighbors.
That's nothing new.
I mean, they got talent.
No,
they have Malik Neighbors.
I mean, yeah,
that's about the offensive talent they got. Honestly,
they got True. Okay. They do have Dexter Lawrence.
No, I was about to get on that. That Giants defense looked fantastic tonight. Even without Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, he went out there. He had him a game. Oh,
I forgot they do have.
Yeah, he went and took over for Kayvon. I don't know his stats per se, but I know he was very dominant. He got to the quarterback a lot. But the Bengals, y'all got the ball back after that failed 2-point conversion and fumbled it away on like the 45. They had it. The thing is, they had so many chances to score. And they just couldn't get it done. I mean, not really. The Bengals just definitely don't look good this year. The Steelers are taking the division.
The Bengals look really good in the previous two games.
What you just said?
Yeah.
Who's taking the division?
The Steelers are taking the division. I didn't stutter.
The Ravens are taking that division by far. What the world?
We swept the Ravens last year.
By far.
We're going to sweep the Ravens this year.
No, you're not. What in the world?
The Ravens can be a better team all they want to be. When we play them, it's never like that.
When we get to the Ravens game, we talk about Derrick Henry, how he's been this season. We'll see your take on that.
I mean, I understand that, but like, I feel like that Steelers defense. There's one thing the Steelers defense can do. They can neutralize a major
They can stop
threat.
that Ravens offense.
Yeah, I mean,
if there's one team that can, I think it's the Steelers. Definitely wasn't the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think it's TJ. I think it's TJ Watt.
We barely lost to them though. It was like 25-22, I think, something like that. No, 25-28. That's what it was.
It wasn't like that until the fourth quarter. Y'all got dominated the first three quarters. Dak wanted to start throwing touchdowns in garbage time. But next up, we got that London game, the Jaguars versus the Bears. Caleb Williams looked fantastic.
Garbage.
I have no more hope in the Jaguars.
Oh yeah, no,
I have no more hope in the Jaguars. Doug Peterson, he's done. He's fired. He's gone.
Yeah,
they keep losing. What are they now? 1-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. He's done. He should be fired after this game. There's I don't know what they're gonna do moving forward. To be honest, I feel bad for Trevor Lawrence. I like Trevor Lawrence. Okay. I do. He's just not all that to me. I mean, I like him. I feel like he should be in a better position.
I feel like he should be in a better position.
I do.
Trevor Lawrence is I'm not gonna say he's an elite quarterback, but he's a quarterback with a very good set of skills that needs to have a better offense put around him. Because honestly, I'm very disappointed. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's fully his fault because he did get injured again, and he was injured last week. But Travis Etienne has not been doing his thing.
Yeah, he had negative rushing yards. I think he was hurt.
I mean, it's Travis Etienne though. He gonna bounce back, y'all boys.
The run game wasn't really working at all. This game, like it just Dearness Johnson, 6 carries, 28 yards. That's decent, but I mean, exactly. You just the run game wasn't eating, pass game wasn't eating. But let's talk about the Bears. The Bears looked great.
Yeah, they look.
Caleb Williams had his CJ Stroud breakout game. Like I feel like he's arrived.
I thought the Jaguars was gonna win this game. I thought Caleb was gonna go out there and sell and go out there and just not perform up to the what his best could be, but he went out there 220 and 4 touchdowns. I mean, ain't nothing that gets, you know what I'm saying, doesn't get better than that.
I feel like Caleb Williams, since the beginning of the season and even the preseason, I feel like he's slowly progressing into becoming a better quarterback around this offense.
I can definitely see
that. Even Swift had himself a decent game rush wise. It was 17 carries, but still 91 yards and 1 touchdown at the end of the day is a pretty decent game.
Derrick Henry get 40 carries a game. He gets 220 yards, and we praise him. So I mean,
look at Genty.
Genty gets about 13 a game, maybe 14.
But
no,
that man had
I'm lying.
26 carries yesterday.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on the game.
It was 34. I want to say it was 34. 34 for like 26.
For Genty, it honestly depends on how many breakout runs he has. Because he could have, like against Oregon, he carried the ball like 13 times and got almost 200 yards.
Yeah.
Like that's actually absolutely crazy.
That's the power of the O-line.
Yeah, that O-line is something serious, boy.
The boys' day O-line is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we should move to this Cowboys and Lions game.
Actually, let me get that pulled up, dude. Let me get that pulled up.
I think we stated this last week. The Cowboys weren't going to win. They couldn't stop the run.
Yeah.
We all know the Lions' main bread and butter, running that ball. You know what I'm saying? And they ran that ball. I want to say it was a combined total of almost
rushing yards.
Yeah, 184 rushing yards combined.
But don't get me wrong, Jared Goff had him a game too.
Oh yeah,
I'll give him that he did. Jared Goff had himself a game.
Bro, Dan Campbell was out there playing games. It means like they throwing trick plays, the tight ends, and left tackles, the right tackles. Like,
the next one almost got him one. I don't know if you saw that.
I'll say our one good play of the whole game was that return by Turpin and nothing else. We really had no other big plays.
Players like Turpin are literally like game changer type of players, like the Cordero Pattersons and the
Rashid Shaheeds and
because he got him a return touchdown today too. I got him on fantasy. That's how I know that. But yeah, speaking of fantasy, I'm glad that Dak did bad this game because I was playing against Jameer, and Jameer had a bunch of people on bye starting, and my team had Dak starting. So I needed Dak to do bad because I was going to win the other game anyway. I just needed Dak to do bad, and he did exactly that. Overall, the Lions look really, really dominant. Aiden Hutchinson, he goes out in, I think it was the third quarter. He got immediate surgery. He has a broken tibia. He thinks he's Jaden whole time. But
yeah, man.
For those of y'all that don't know,
that junk is, well, obviously any broken bone is going to hurt, but that junk is not pleasant at all. I feel like it's going to be crucial to the Lions defense. He was like the star on the defense.
Yeah.
When it comes to my team, I will say offense and defensive wise, the run is just not our strong suit. We could not really get anything going today on either side of the ball. No DeMarcus Lawrence, no Micah Parsons, no Deron Bland, no Brandon Cooks, no Eric Kendricks.
No
both sides of the ball.
I don't think he played either.
Key pieces, especially the defense, and that was
thanks.
Yeah, good take. I would have made that into a clip too, but
yeah, that definitely would have been a really good clip.
Yeah, we got just frozen.
But I will say this.
Let me guess, I was lying. It wasn't.
Yeah. I will say this Lions team looks fantastic. We knew the Lions were good. Yeah,
they look like the NFL.
Like the offense is great. The defense might be better than the offense. Like, I mean, we'll see how they do without Aiden Hutchinson. I don't know who they play next week. You said what?
Yeah, that's debatable.
What's debatable?
The Lions' defense being better than their offense.
I mean,
they're both good.
That's literally what I was just saying.
They are both good.
They're both excellent.
Yeah, we'll see how they do without Aiden Hutchinson next week. I don't know who they play, but if they play against a tough team, we'll see how they'll fare because Aiden Hutchinson is not coming back this season. Might not even come back next year till like the middle of the season.
Do either of y'all have really a preference between Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery?
Well, we know Jaden do.
Okay, here's the thing with them though. You can't really. They have two different play styles. Jahmyr Gibbs is a receiving back, or is give it to him. You gotta get him in space. Montgomery, he gonna run through you. He gonna run through about 3-4 dudes before you gotta get him on the ground. You know
smash and dash combo. I'm telling you,
bro. Yeah, bro. You remember that parlay I told you about, bro?
Yeah.
Henry for a touchdown. I joined the smack. Henry for a touchdown. Montgomery for a touchdown. Burrow yards. Lamar yards. I joined the smack, bro. You didn't put it in, bro.
I mean, if you would have put it in, that wouldn't have happened. So,
you're right.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Texans versus the Patriots. Honestly, despite the stat sheet,
Drake May didn't play bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Despite the two turnovers, Drake May played pretty good. The 2 turnovers weren't his fault.
If I'm a Patriots fan, I'm
pretty good.
I'm not worried. I said if I'm a Patriots fan, I feel a spark in Drake May. I feel confident in Drake May because he didn't play bad today against that Texans defense. That Texans defense is actually really good.
Yeah.
But if I'm a Patriots fan, I'm actually really confident in him, and I would like to see more out of him. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward, I would like to see him as a starter. Nobody else. No Jacoby Brissett or anybody else of that nature. I want to see him moving forward. Indeed.
But that Texans rushing attack, C.J. Stroud didn't even have 200 yards this game. That's how good the rushing was. Joe Mixon got 102 yards, 7 yards a carry. Damian Pierce, 76 yards, 9 yards per carry. You really can't ask for more than that.
How much they had total?
192 yards.
192. Yeah, so that's what I saw that interview with DeMeco Ryans not interview, but him in the locker room.
Yeah, like you really can't ask for more when it comes to run game. Almost 200 yards rushing. Like,
Can we talk about the Patriots run offense?
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty bad.
Remind me.
The thing is, if you have a mobile quarterback, your quarterback can be your leading rusher, right? Drake May, he might have he sneaky wheels, you can say, but he's not supposed to be your leading rusher. He's not. Antonio Gibson, I don't know what happened to him. He used to be nice.
13 carries for 19 yards.
It used to be so nice.
But Jaden, DeMario Douglas had him a game. Actually, for real this time. For real this time. DeMario Douglas, 6 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown. He actually got stuff.
Let me find out.
Let me
find out, bro. Let it had to be like 2 weeks ago. Subtract that 92 by like 50.
That man have 7 receptions, 54 yards, and no touchdown. But he actually had him a pretty good game today. Super proud of him.
I see the potential. He like a Bo Melton. Like they both got potential.
Speaking of that, we're gonna talk about that later. But Tank Dell and Stephon, they stepped up, even though they didn't need to pass the ball as much. They stepped up pretty good in replacement for Nico. But
my team's clapping because you got both of them on fantasy.
Yeah. both will start.
All right.
But yeah, man. Yeah. Who we got next? Let's talk about that Ravens and Commanders.
Oh, actually, I watched that game. You know, I was happy because they was finally getting Mark Andrews involved heavy too. Yeah. Like I'm talking about, hey, that Ravens team look good. That Commanders team look good too. Don't count them out.
Yeah.
There's really not too many mess ups in that game per se. Mm-hmm. It's just the Ravens are just a better team. The Ravens are just a better team, but don't count the Commanders out this season. The Commanders, they gonna go far. The Ravens are just a better team. They won. That's why they won that game.
As a Cowboys fan, fantasy aside, I'm honestly a huge Jaden Daniels fan. I'm a fan of Jaden Daniels. Great dual threat quarterback. I say he makes smart passes, go on the run, sets his teammates up. I like the Commanders game as a whole. And I think they'll probably take the NFC East this season. It's either them or the Eagles.
I don't got the. We're gonna talk about the Eagles when we get to their game, but I got the Commanders winning the division. They look really good. Jaden Daniels. One thing he's gonna throw accurately on the stat sheet. 24 for 35, 262 and 2 touchdowns. That's a great game. You wouldn't think he's a rookie doing this. Like he's consistently putting up these numbers. This isn't like a 1 week thing. He's consistently putting stuff like this up.
Lamar's numbers are great too.
Yeah.
Bro, Zay Flowers in that first half.
Oh yeah, Zay Flowers he snored something for the game.
Almost 10 catches, 130. I mean, no touchdown, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Jaden Derrick Henry actually did something this game.
Yeah. 66 yards. I mean, it's all right.
And a touchdown.
Who?
Mark Andrews.
Oh yeah, hey, he scored. So that's all I needed.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, he looks as good. There's really not much we could even say about Derrick Henry. He's just Derrick Henry at this point.
Yeah.
24 carries, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns. My team must have him on fantasy or something. Of course you do.
That man like that.
But
Lord.
Yeah.
You want to talk about this Buccaneers and Saints game?
Yeah, let's get it.
Think about this game it was close.
Yeah,
it was close up until like the second, like maybe the third, and maybe into the third quarter.
Not even into the third quarter. The fourth quarter started. It was like 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they put up 27 points in one quarter. You can't do that.
Spencer Rattler dropped all their points in the second quarter.
Second half.
Jesus.
Spencer, I mean, 22 of 40. You slightly above 50%.
Yeah. I feel like for a rookie debut, he had a pretty decent game. Yeah. Not a great game. Not nothing to write home about.
2 picks. I mean, that's
both of those picks weren't his fault though. I think only one of them was his fault. But yeah, Baker Mayfield, 2 of his picks weren't his fault either. Baker Mayfield had a great game other than those picks. But Sean Tucker, I have no clue who that is, but he had a game. He had to get almost 10 yards per carry. Chris Godwin had himself a game.
Yeah, Chris Godwin had a really good game. 11 catches, 125 and 2 touchdowns, I believe.
But yeah, I believe this Bucs team, if they play like how they played in the fourth quarter, I don't know why they lagged around. I believe.
I feel like they'll win the NFC South.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a toss up between them and the Falcons. Like 1 week, I'm a Falcons fan. And next week, I'm a Buccaneers fan.
I couldn't tell the way the Falcons played against us, even though they started putting up they started putting up points in the fourth quarter. The game was like 27-20 almost going into like the fourth, and then they just started putting up points.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that next, but I believe this Bucs team they can make a strong push for in the playoff. I don't think they're beating teams like the Lions or nothing like that, but I think they have a pretty strong chance of making it to like the NFC Championship or putting up a game against the Lions or something like that.
I don't know. I'll put up a game against the Lions. They'll probably get swept by the Lions. Let's be real. Now teams like the Eagles,
the Lions are debatably the best team in the NFC. Debatably,
yeah, maybe the league. Maybe. Yeah. My team frozen again. I mean, at the beginning of the season, it was the Bills. Then the Bills did like this.
Yeah,
like they looked great in the first couple of weeks. Josh Allen looked like the MVP front runner by far. There was nobody even playing as close as good as him. And then
I saw like 204 touchdowns in one game or something. Like he had 2 back-to-back great games.
Yeah.
So multiple touchdown games and all. I'm talking about, my Lord.
They killed the Dolphins. Killed them.
Yeah. Dolphins always been overrated to me though. Let's be real. Tua just could never get the job done for me.
Bro, all it ain't on Tua.
Bro, he's never got the job done for me. Like, I mean, not for me, but he's never got the job done.
It should be
you gotta win.
Tyreek carrying my fantasy right now and not Derrick Henry. But
I mean, McCaffrey should be carrying mine, but we know how that's going, right? Uh, Unfortunate injuries cause certain things to happen. So but speaking of that Falcons versus Panthers game that you were talking about, Jaden, 38-20. I mean, what's your take on it?
I mean, like, we came out strong. I think we got the first score of the game. We came out strong. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Johnson, he got in the end zone. Andy Dalton, he didn't even look bad. He didn't look bad. I don't know what Chuba the run game was working too. Chuba Hubbard, I think he had like 92 yards and a touchdown, I want to say, or something like that. But the
he
run
didn't have
game,
a touchdown.
He didn't score. Well, the run game towards the end of the game was working. Towards the end of the game, it was working. I don't know what it was in the early half of the game, but we didn't even look bad. We just kept going 3 and out, giving the Falcons multiple chances to score, and they capitalized off of some of those 3 and outs we went.
Yeah,
I mean that's really all there is to it. We just got to convert.
Martin, you got anything to say?
I was gonna ask Jaden, do you really think Andy Dalton is the better quarterback on your team?
Yeah,
I think he's more seasoned. Like he has more experience.
Bryce just doesn't have any confidence right now.
I don't think Bryce
if he get his confidence back,
quarterback.
Bryce Young with the level of confidence of when he was at Bama.
Yeah,
telling you, if he has that confidence now, we go far. Well, I don't know, we go far, but we win more games.
I feel like that Falcons offense looks fantastic. That Falcons offense looks amazing. I think
Bijan looked great today.
Yeah, Bijan, Tyler Algier, they both look great. Kirk Cousins, y'all know me. I like Kirk Cousins.
I like Kirk Cousins. I'm a fan of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Like, yeah, they just play really good. Feel like they're a strong team in the NFC. We'll see what they do come playoff time if they even make it. Because some teams like to fall off. I do
feel like they have an inconsistency problem. Because I feel like they're kind of better on paper than they are in actuality. But they're not a bad team by any means.
Oh yeah, no. But yeah, that was a great game. So funny.
Let's continue. Let's continue.
All right.
Let's continue.
We got the Eagles versus the Browns. This game made me want to throw up. Genuinely, the Eagles are a way better team than the Browns. There's no reason this game should have even been that close.
And the Browns are still sticking with Deshaun after today.
Bro, Doug Peterson and Nick Sirianni, I'll bet every single dime I have in my cash app right now that they're getting fired by like it's week 6, right? Week 6, they're getting fired by week 10.
Yeah,
it's no ifs, ands, or buts.
I feel like Doug Peterson's gonna be gone next week.
Yeah, he's gone by Tuesday.
Literally,
like, I'll be at work, I'll look at my phone, and I'm gonna see a notification that he's gone, and we're gonna talk about him on the podcast. Like that's how confident I am.
Yeah.
But AJ Brown, he came back and he looked great in his return. Deshaun Watson, he doesn't look good. He doesn't look good at all. Honestly, that whole Browns team doesn't look good at all.
I feel bad for Nick Chubb because he's returning next week.
Yeah, I mean, he might be able to jumpstart the offense.
He might change something around, but it's not likely.
I feel bad for Amari Cooper, honestly. I feel like he's being wasted. Feel like he's really being wasted. I feel like the thing about Amari Cooper, like he'll have good years, but I feel like he's really been wasted a lot of his years. But yeah, this is an absolutely disgusting game. Like, what we got next? That Packers versus Cardinals.
Cardinals folded. I don't even think Kyler Murray played bad.
Yeah, I mean, he
had what he had like.
He had he went 22 for 32, 214 yards and a touchdown.
That's not a bad game.
It's definitely not.
It's just not a game that's gonna get you to win.
What really hurt them was their mistakes and their negative plays. They had way too many negative plays that played a factor in this game. Yeah, it's just sloppy ball, honestly. The Packers, they look dominant. at first, and then it looked like the Cardinals about to come back, and then the Packers they just ran away with it. Honestly, Jordan Love, it was just one run. I forgot where it was. All I know is, Jordan Love he goes out and blocks for I think it was Josh Jacobs. That's the type of effort you need in a QB.
Yeah, Mayfield did that too for.
Well, we all know Mayfield got that dog in him.
Yeah, J Love looked good today though. 258 and 4 touchdowns. He looked good.
Yeah,
played good today.
Yeah, honestly, my team, you got anything? Appreciate the take, my team. Oh shoot. Next up we got the
Lord.
You said what?
Harrison opening offense.
All we heard was offense. I ain't gonna lie.
That's why we shouldn't do the podcast on an iPad.
It's not the iPad. It's his Wi-Fi be tweaky even when we try to play threes on NCAA.
True.
So I mean, we could just go on to the Colts and the Titans game. I was talking about the Eagles versus Browns games was discussing. This was absolutely terrible. This is absolutely terrible.
I don't know what's going on with Levis, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna like. I don't care what level of football you playing, college or NFL. You're not winning the game with 95 passing yards. You're just not gonna do it. It's not happening. That Tennessee offense looked awful. That Tennessee offense look. You're not winning the game with 95 passing yards. I have no more faith in Will Levis. I don't think he's good. I never thought he was good. I mean, he came in. Well, that game, the first game he started like 290 and like 4 touchdowns or something like that.
Yeah,
that didn't fool me over. I don't think he's good.
Last year, I remember watching Thursday Night Football, and I was like, hold on. I think he had came back. I think it was the Seahawks that they had played, and he led a comeback game, and they ended up winning.
I want to say it was the Dolphins.
It was somebody. I just remember it was a primetime Thursday night game, and I remember having school the next day. That's all I remember.
Dolphins, I want to say.
But I was like, this Will Levis kid looks great. He looks really good. He hasn't looked like that same Will Levis this year. I don't know what's happened. Yeah. What's going on with the Titans, but whatever happened, they need to go back to whatever happened last year and try to get something going with Will Levis, because this isn't about to work. Josh Downs,
the NFL is just not gonna.
It's really not gonna cut it, bro. It's really not. Especially if you're not a mobile QB. Like if you have 95 yards and you're Lamar Jackson, you'll have like 80 rushing yards to go with it, at least.
Yeah,
I do feel like Jeff
had the run offense that they had with Eric Henry. That's one thing. Tony Pollard, not a bad running back, but he knows offensive yards that you need to win. All get 95 passing yards.
Derrick Henry carried that team, honestly, and Tony Pollard's doing good. He's not even doing bad. He's doing good. He had 93 yards and a touchdown today. It's not enough, bro.
Yeah, at all.
Josh Downs played pretty good.
I'm so glad for Derrick Henry. I'm so glad he got out of there. Yeah, Joe Flacco played good. Josh Downs, they all played good. Joe Flacco really played good, though. Yeah, he had like 189 and a touchdown, I think.
2 touchdowns and a pick.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, Joe Flacco, since a veteran, last year he was actually great. Last year he was on the Browns. He can't step in for who's stepping for?
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun. When he down.
He stepped in for Deshaun and played pretty good. And this year he's still showing that.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna continue to play though. I don't think AR's coming back anytime soon. I don't know what his injury is exactly.
Yeah, I hope shoulder injury. Richardson doesn't become one of those injury-prone quarterbacks. Because
I think he is.
Richardson game. That's just
so far throughout his career, he's been talented. He's shown flashes of talent, but he hasn't been able to stay on the field. And honestly, for a quarterback, your best ability is liability. Like, we need you on the field at quarterback. Receivers, running backs, they can be traded out. You can't trade out a quarterback. So, I mean,
True.
If he keeps being injury prone, his career is about to be real short. That's all I'm gonna say. But next up, we got that Chargers versus Broncos game. The Chargers were absolutely dominant in the first half. Dominant.
Yeah. It was like 20 zip, ain't it?
Yes, 20 zip in
Yeah,
the first
20
half.
Yeah.
They controlled the ball. I think the Broncos had like 3 minutes of possession time. I think Bo Nix had like 70 yards in the first half, which is crazy because that's how much Will Levis had just about the whole game. But Bo Nix ended up actually coming back and having a decent game. And J.K. Dobbins, I'm a big J.K. Dobbins fan. He's playing great. There's no really standout receivers on the Chargers, but Justin Herbert came in his comeback game. He looked pretty good.
I think their receiver one is it Johnson or is it Lat McConkey?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, based off targets, it's looking like it's Lat McConkey because he had 8 targets today. Johnson only had 4. But I mean, I have Johnson on fantasy, so you never know who's gonna go off and win. Like, but yeah, it looked like it was a 1-score game, but it really wasn't. The Chargers dominated. The Broncos were acting like they wanted to come back in the fourth quarter. They scored 16 in the fourth, but it was 23-0 through 3 quarters. You're not. They tried to play comeback ball a little too late, and they lost because of that. But
my team got anything?
I was gonna say, I honestly hope Surtain gets out of Denver. In my personal opinion, I want Surtain to go to a team where he better fits the defense. He does carry this defense, but I believe better team. They're going. This team's not going.
in my team, you're lagging pretty bad. We'll get you, but I have a prediction, like an early prediction. If the Broncos do bad this year, I see Travis Hunter going to the Broncos. He likes that Denver environment. Him and Surtain will be nasty.
Any can stay home.
Yeah, and Bo Nix to Travis Hunter, that might be the receiver Bo Nix needs to really like break out.
I wish Trey Franklin would show up, man.
Yeah, he dropped that wide open deep ball.
I would have caught that.
You can't drop that, dude. You really can't drop that.
I would have secured those.
Blue loves. Anyway,
what's that even mean?
You know what that means. Next up, we have the Steelers versus the Raiders. This game wasn't even close. That Steelers offense looks the best it has since we had Big Ben, Le'Veon, and AB. I promise you, that offense looked fantastic. Aiden O'Connell didn't even play terrible.
I don't even think Fields had over 150. I don't even think.
He had 145, but
yeah,
we had 183 rushing yards and we were winning by 20 points. He didn't. We don't need him to play hero ball. We need to win games. So
yeah, true.
I mean,
he's getting the job done.
Yeah. He did fumble, but I mean, that's the only turn. He's really the one thing the Steelers work so well because Fields doesn't turn the ball over and he plays efficiently. All we need that Steelers defense is great and that run game is great. So all he needs to do is not turn the ball over. He works perfectly for the scheme. Honestly.
Shoot, rest might not get that spot ever.
I think Justin Fields deserves that QB1 spot, even when
they sat Russ, but deep down inside, Justin Fields knows that if he doesn't play good,
Russ is in that spot.
Yeah, Russ is in that spot. Like if he plays bad for a half, Russ is in that spot. But I don't see Justin Fields doing that. He's taking pretty good care of the ball this far throughout the season. So I think he'll continue to do that. But
there's a lot of potential in that Steelers team.
Yeah, definitely. We have potential to go far. You know, we always fold in the playoffs. We just like the Cowboys whole time. People talk about the Cowboys. The Steelers really the Cowboys. But yeah, that's all the football games we got today. But next up, we got the new AP poll. We're gonna react to this live. Hold on. This is probably I think maybe all three of our first time seeing it. So yeah, we got Texas number 1, Oregon 2, Penn State 3, Ohio State 4, Georgia 5, Miami 6, Bama 7, LSU 8, Iowa State, and so on and so forth.
Do I see Navy and Army in the top 25?
I think they're both undefeated right now.
Yeah, they're both undefeated, and then they're not winning by a little bit too. They're dominating the games they win.
Army versus Navy game at the end of the year.
Ole Miss dropped to 18. Oh my god!
Here we go.
Oh my god!
The mic because Ole Miss lost.
This is what I be talking about. Nah, bro. Bro. The NCAA committee. This is what we talking about. Nah, why they dropping Ole Miss too far? Ole Miss didn't even lose by that much.
Why
they should know.
Raping over
no, bro.
Nah,
bro, they've lost. That. The thing
I don't want to hear that. They should be at least 12 or 13. No, bro. No.
They shouldn't be 12 or 13.
Bro. I don't care, bro.
the thing about Ole Miss is every time they play against an SEC opponent or somebody good, I mean, they beat South Carolina, but when you lose to LSU and you lose to Kentucky, you can't be trusted. So honestly, I think they're fairly rated.
I think that's a great spot as well.
Who they play next? No, hold
on. You can go see.
Who they play next right now? Don't even trip.
I want you back.
They play Oklahoma next. They about to beat the brakes off of them.
That'll be a test for real because Oklahoma, they're coming off that rivalry loss. They lost bad. They'll be looking for vengeance. Ole Miss, we really need to see Ole Miss do something for us to say they're a really good team. But so far, I had Ole Miss in the playoffs beginning of the year. I don't think so now. I don't think so now.
I do. I still think so. Ole Miss is better than those teams 11 through 17.
You think Ole Miss is beating that low key stacked sleeper team of Texas A&M? I don't think they are.
Oh yeah, Texas A&M is nice, bro.
Okay, that's cool. No, Ole Miss is better than them.
No, they are not.
Ole Miss is a better team than they are, man.
Bro, calm down. Calm down. Can we talk about the fact that Michigan shouldn't be in the top 25 right now?
Honestly, they shouldn't. They should not be in the top 25.
I feel like Michigan's only in the top 25 because they were ranked highly at the beginning of the season. But that doesn't mean anything because it's preseason polls. So like they don't deserve to be ranked, honestly. I can see a team. I can't even think of a team off the top of my head that should be ranked over them, but I don't think they should be ranked. BYU, we're gonna see what they're made of.
Yesterday, how we thought it was a close race between Miami and Clemson on the best team in the ACC. Miami's at 6, Clemson's at 10.
Yeah. The thing, as a Miami fan, I want Miami to be ranked higher, but they're not better than Georgia, Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, or Texas. Maybe Penn State. I don't know what Penn State's really made of. They almost lost to a sneaky good USC team. USC's a good
USC team. It's a good team.
So they almost lost to them. I really wish USC won some of the games they should have won. They'd be ranked right now, and Michigan shouldn't be ranked. But yeah, Iowa State in the top 10 now. We'll see what they're made of. They still haven't played anybody. I think they play BYU. Yeah. Y'all notice Utah's not in there anymore. Utah was number 18.
They lost to Arizona. I think who they lost to? Arizona State or Iowa State? They lost to one of those teams.
They lost to an unranked team. I know.
Arizona State, yeah. I mean, I don't think they're gonna climb the ranks. I think Cam Rising's out with another injury. So
yeah.
Oh shoot.
Boise State's just gonna keep climbing the ranks. The more and more people keep losing, so they're like, y'all keep losing, we keep winning. They'll make eventually they'll sneak their way in the top 10 once they play. I don't think they play anybody else good for the rest of the season, but so if they go undefeated, they're making the playoffs as they should.
True,
but yeah, that Boise State team is really good. Illinois deserves to be there.
I like Illinois. Illinois, a pretty good team.
Yeah,
I like Syracuse too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Syracuse, I forgot who they played. That was a really good game though.
UNLV.
Yeah, UNLV. That was a really good game. That Friday night game.
Yes.
My team, you didn't get to see it because you were playing your homecoming game, but that was a really.
That was on Friday.
Yeah, that was a really good game.
Missouri at 19.
I'm acting like a light skin, bro.
What does that even mean?
I mean, like you do look greased up right now.
This is just good. It's just good lighting, bro.
But my team, what were you saying?
I was gonna say Missouri at 19.
I
don't really know how I feel about that Missouri team.
That's perfect. They're not better than Ole Miss, you know. So wherever they go, Ole Miss should be right in front of them. They're not, you know what I'm saying?
By tomorrow night, I'm gonna try to. What you about to say?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if it was up to Jaden, Ole Miss would probably be top 5.
That's not true. They'll be right at that, like maybe at that 13, 14 spot.
13, 14
again
spot.
over Texas A&M.
Because they did.
I put them. Honestly, that's a good spot. Their team is good enough to be there. Their resume isn't good enough to be there. That's the only reason they're that low.
I think that's a great way to put it.
But by tomorrow night, I'm gonna try to have my Friday watch list because actually I'm not. I got Ole Miss and Missouri on Friday watch. I don't know how good they actually are, and they're not competing come conference championship time. Right. What do you mean? All right, like that's valid take.
Justin Dark gonna prove y'all all wrong. All of you.
I'm just saying, if the rankings stay with the way they are, Cam Moore is winning that quarterback of the year award.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Newsmeyer's up there too.
He was gonna win it regardless.
I say the top 3.
I was about to say Colorado should be in here, but I'll be lying if I said
lost. If they won, they're definitely ranked.
Yeah.
But I feel like the top 3 quarterbacks right now,
Quinn Ewers.
You gotta go Cam Ward, Shador, and either it's a toss-up between Dylan Gabriel and Newsmeyer because Newsmeyer's playing his behind though.
True. Or what's his name?
Definitely not Nico no more. Nico in the first 3 or 4 games, he was definitely up there.
I'm gonna say from Penn State.
He gonna bounce back, bro. He gonna bounce back.
Oh boy, I know who you're talking about. He pretty straight.
His name. Yeah,
pretty straight.
Jackson Dart.
Yeah. That's what I need to talk about. I meant to talk about Tennessee. Tennessee's on Friday watch too. That team, they're blowing everybody out by 60 in the first 3-4 weeks. Come conference time, they don't want to show up. Playing against a mid Florida team, you're supposed to be a top 10 team in the nation, and you're about to lose to Florida. I think they went in overtime. Didn't even win that game.
The halftime score was 3-0.
Yeah, like that offense was that defense is great. Don't get me wrong, that defense was great, but it was looking like how good that defense was. They have a top 5 defense in the nation. It was looking like that offense was almost better than the defense. That's definitely not the case no more. It's definitely not the case no more.
Agreed.
That defense is fantastic though. They can hang with anybody. That offense, if they go against a good defense, that Florida team isn't even really that good of a defense. So there's no reason they shouldn't be able to put a point. But it's not the point. Anything else off here, y'all boys? I like Clemson at 10.
Yeah, Clemson's solid.
Sneaking up.
That's solid.
I would have put them over Iowa State because Iowa State hasn't beaten anybody. They're a good team. They haven't beaten anybody though.
Yeah, I would have put Ole Miss there too.
All right, next segment. What's her name? What's the team at number 17 called? I'm blanking.
Kansas State.
Yeah, Kansas State. I don't know why I was blanking on the name. Kansas State. I see them going out of the top 25 soon. They've had a couple of close games, and honestly, I don't see them.
They got a really good squad though.
Yeah, they're really good.
Maybe
Jalen
not
Edwards,
out of the top 25, but I say they'd be at like 24, 23, 20, like there, like the 20s.
Yeah, if Colorado won, they're out of the. I feel like if Colorado beat them, they would have been out of the top 25, and that's honestly what I was hoping, because I was hoping Colorado would sneak into the top 25. They would go 5-1.
Probably would have, or in my opinion, I think they should have took that Michigan spot.
Perfect time, man.
So we're gonna interrupt him to say that.
My
bad. SMU, I don't know how I feel about SMU. They definitely got some jerseys though. They got jerseys. Like,
talk about the team.
They got top 5 jerseys in the NCAA. Like,
Utah's up there too. I ain't gonna lie.
Tulane up there, Texas up there, Oregon.
Well, Texas,
Oregon.
Texas away jerseys up there. Away, that's it.
But
their away
San
jerseys
Diego
nice.
State jerseys.
Oh yeah, San Diego State got some jerseys.
Ole Miss got some jerseys too, though.
Ole Miss definitely got some jerseys. I don't like their navy blue, red, and gray. I don't like that.
I don't like that either,
but the helmets are good.
The helmets are nice.
Look, personally, what's that team with their mascot's Big Red? I kind of like their jerseys too. Their helmets are nice.
Western Kentucky?
Is it Wisconsin?
It might be Western Kentucky you're talking about.
I think it might be.
I kind of like that helmet. The helmet's go hard.
Yeah. But that's y'all top 25. That's the top 25 for this week. But last night we had a conversation about what conference was the best conference in the national NCAA. Which conference was the best? And today we have the graphic that shows which conference has the most teams. So you see the SEC with 8, Big 10 with 6, ACC with 4, Big 12 with 3, the American with 2, Mountain West with 1, and then the Independents with 1. So you can clearly see that the SEC is the best conference in the nation.
True.
And
I mean, because they got Ole Miss. I mean,
this is just
not why.
This honestly goes to show.
You got to account for Ole Miss though.
What do you, Ole Miss is? I think.
What about the Bamas and the Texas?
Nah, bro. Ole Miss. Ole Miss.
That Pittsburgh team is a sneaky good team too. Yeah, that Pittsburgh team is nice.
True.
But yeah, this is go to show how weak the Big 12 really is. And I mean, I don't see BYU hanging. I really don't see them hanging. I think it'll be between Kansas State and Iowa State, honestly. And this is the best the ACC has looked in a while, but it's still not competition. It's Miami and Clemson in the championship game.
Yeah.
Not even close. The Big 10 and the SEC the SEC is about to eat each other alive. Pause. Like the games that are coming up, the heavy hitters are playing the heavy hitters. So one of the heavy hitters is bound to lose.
Championship of the Big 10 is.
I think
I got a rematch. I don't want to, bro. I don't want to count Penn State out though. You can't count.
I got a rematch between Oregon and Ohio State.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
I'm gonna go Oregon, Penn State.
Such a dog, honestly.
I'm gonna go Oregon, Penn State.
The thing is, if
you got Penn State over OSU.
Yep. Call them that junk, y'all boys.
For real?
Yep.
They
in the championship is
Michigan.
I
don't think any team on their schedule is going to hang with them.
Penn State and Oregon
in the championship.
Yeah.
So what about Ohio State?
No, that's what I was saying.
Did it just go disappear or
Penn State over OSU?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a bold.
Yes, sir.
I'm about to say
yes, sir.
Okay, whatever, bro. So yeah, that's the top 25 by conference.
The SEC is gonna be Ole Miss and Texas.
Don't even believe that.
I am really excited to see what the SEC does, though. It'll be exciting to talk about who beats who.
I think it will be Texas and Georgia. I think Alabama is.
Yeah, no, they're not a
very inconsistent team.
Yeah, unless they prove otherwise. And Tennessee was favorites. It was one of my favorites to win the SEC early on in the season. But if that offense can't get it together, it's wraps. It's wraps. And they lost to Arkansas earlier this season, so I think they already have a loss on their record. Going into conference play, and I think they have a pretty tough schedule coming up. So they're gonna walk away with at least 3 or 4 losses. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Jaden, what you got for us?
Y'all wanna do the blind ranks now or what?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right.
Let me take the blanket. It's so hot.
Let me get my list up. Okay. Blind rank these 5 receivers.
We got
first name up, CeeDee Lamb.
Are we talking about overall or this season?
This season. Has to be this season.
I'll put him
3.
3. 3.
Yeah,
3 is good. 3 is good.
Okay. Yeah. Next name up, Devontae Smith.
4. He hasn't really.
I was gonna say 5
played this season.
Is it all star receivers? Because if it is 5, because he's like the best receiver.
We can put him 5. We can put him 5.
Next name up, Jamar Chase.
He's 2.
Yeah,
he's honestly been putting up this season.
He's been better than CeeDee Lamb this season. I don't get that. It's just Cincinnati's not that
good. Next name up, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
This season?
Has he been putting up this season? Let me see.
I don't think he should be 1, but he definitely should be 4.
Yeah.
He might have to.
St. Brown's next. He only had 1 100-yard game this season, and his second best game is 75 yards against the Cardinals.
Yeah, so. But we've been talking about it earlier. The Lions have definitely been utilizing the run more than their passing offense, so it's not really his fault.
Yeah. I think we got to put him 4. I feel like he'll give us Jettas or somebody that's really putting up this season. Actually, no. Look at the smile on his face. He's
gonna say some bull. I'm already knowing.
I'm about to say, do we put him 4 or do we put him 1? I say 4. I say 4. We just take the chance.
Put him at 4.
Next name up, Terry McLaurin.
That's valid. Number 1.
Okay.
He's played the best this season.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So y'all had number 1 Terry. Oh, where'd y'all put Jamar 2?
Yeah, we put Jamar 2.
Put Jamar 2. You put Amon-Ra what? 4?
4.
Yeah.
CeeDee at 3.
Amon-Ra 4. CeeDee at 3, and Devontae at 5. That's a good.
That's a valid list.
That's a good list.
You can only argue you can switch 1 and 2.
No arguments.
Okay, I'm moving to the running backs. Blind rank these 5 running backs. First name up, Joe Mixon.
He's played great this season. We might have to put that man.
There may be like 2.
I say. Who else is putting up? Like, how many
are there
running backs are
running backs better than Joe Mixon this year?
I think Joe Mixon has played other than Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
I said we put him 2. I said we put him 2.
Yes, I say 2. I say 2 solid.
Next name up, David Montgomery.
I knew him. I knew it. I want to put him.
I think he's 3.
David Montgomery's been so good this
year. Yeah.
3?
Yeah. 3. Yeah, 3.
Next name up, Saquon Barkley.
4. He hasn't played better than old boy, but he's not playing bad.
I say 4 is fine. I was gonna say 5, but I say 4 is fine.
Next name up, Breece Hall.
5. That easy 5. He hasn't played that good this season.
5.
And then last name is Jonathan Taylor.
Oh,
that's a valid one. He's played pretty good. He hasn't played better than what did we put to?
Joe Mixon.
Yeah, he hasn't played better than Joe Mixon at all, but he's played pretty good.
Okay. I'll start off with this last position group. I'm going to the quarterbacks.
All right.
Line rank these 5 quarterbacks. First name up, Kirk Cousins.
This season, he might be the second best quarterback in the league.
Me and you were saying earlier how we're both Kirk Cousins fans. That Falcons offense is something with him being that leader.
Yeah. Do we go 2 or 1 though? Because how many quarterbacks are playing better?
I don't think he should be 1. Because there are like a couple quarterbacks I'm having against ahead of him.
Yeah.
But 2 might be fine.
I say the only quarterbacks that's really playing better than him, maybe Lamar and Josh Allen.
Jaden Daniels?
Maybe. Oh, Jaden Daniels too. This is crazy. That man's already like a top 5 QB.
Yeah.
But we'll put him 2.
Yeah, I think 2 is fine.
Next name up, Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
He ain't been doing a whole bunch.
He hasn't really done anything this season. We can put him 4. He hasn't played bad.
Next name up,
you got 4,
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. Mr. Inconsistent.
5 or 3, because he ain't going at 1.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. I say we put him 5.
5? Yeah.
5. I say 5.
Next name up, Jared Goff.
3. That's a valid 3. That's
3?
a valid 3. I mean, no, don't go on yet because my team gotta agree.
Yeah. I don't think he's better than Kirk Cousins. He may not be, at least not this season. So I think
we put Kirk. Yeah. He's not.
As long as we don't have a complete scrub at 1.
And last name, actually first. So y'all got Kirk Cousins at 2, Jared Goff at 3, Justin Herbert at 4, Kyler Murray at 5, and at 1 is CJ Stroud.
Okay, that's valid. That's valid. That's a pretty good list.
I'm okay.
That's a pretty good list.
And that concludes my position blind rankings.
Well, those went pretty good. Honestly, no arguments. No arguments.
I'm gonna clip all 3 of those though.
All right, word talk. That's why you said blind rate.
Yeah.
This man clip farming.
Yes, bro.
Yes. What? Dang, that was a really good episode. Today wasn't a good day of football. Honestly, today was kind of bland. I'll be real.
Yeah.
No really good games.
Or today's game?
I think it's
the Jets play. I know the Jets do play tomorrow. I just can't remember who.
Let me see. They play
the Bills tomorrow. I think they play the Bills tomorrow.
I think they play the Bills. Yes, the Bills versus the Jets.
Yeah,
8:15 tomorrow in New York.
Yeah, obviously.
at the Jets.
All right.
This was a pretty good show, but the games weren't that good.
The games were boring.
We had a lot of critiquing to do. If we be real. But
I guess that'll conclude it. We'll be here again tomorrow.
My team might not.
We don't know. I'll most likely be here tomorrow.
We'll be here tomorrow at 11:30. Same time. Might start a little later. I don't know, depending on if the game's over.
Yeah.
But if it is,
note to self: cut every device that uses Wi-Fi in the house before the stream, not during the stream. Note to self: because ever since I cut my Wi-Fi off on my phone, I've been fine.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. We gotta have us a mean compilation of my team lagging, Jaden glazing. I ain't about to have no compilation because I
ain't even been glazing.
You literally got all up in the mic talk about Ole Miss. Because
they shouldn't have dropped that low, bro.
Knowing dang well Ole Miss ain't better than Texas A&M.
But yeah, that concludes it. 2-minute drill podcast. I just realized the overlay is not even on. So we went that whole stream without even realizing. But make sure y'all sub up. Make sure y'all sub up. Ain't nobody watching this jump. Make sure y'all sub up though. Like the video, subscribe, and catch us tomorrow night after the Bills versus the Jets. Yeah. All right, y'all.
See ya.